Hello, today I'm going to take a Kubuntu 24.04, so the next release, virtual machine, and convert it such that I can develop for the KDE community. We have the limitation that the version of Qt that's available in Ubuntu is too old. So the version is 6.4.2 and the minimum required version for Qt6, KDE Framework 6, KDE Plasma 6 is 6.6. So that should be at least version 6.6.1. Since I do not have the packages from Ubuntu, I'm going to install this latest version of Qt from the official Qt website. In order to configure this virtual machine for development for KDE, I'm going to install various software, and I'm going to also configure a bit the virtual machine. Let's install some software. The Orthodox File Manager, TwinPane, Crusader, Meld, the Difference Viewer, Git, GUI, Git K for Git history, Build Essential for a C++ and C compiler. Meanwhile, I'll configure the web browser. I'm using Firefox. So I want a title bar, never show bookmarks, and remove extra fluff. Okay, the software is almost installed. Let's configure Crusader now. Okay, tab bar top. And a better text editor. Which is Kate. And that's it. Some more settings in here. Status bar, function keys, and embedded terminal. And let's restart Crusader. Okay, it works okay. I want it pinned in the second position. First is Firefox, then Crusader. Let's remove some things that I do not use. Okay. In the favorites, make sure that I have console, Kate, Firefox. Okay, that's okay. Next up, I'm going to install Qt using the Qt Online installer from the official Qt website. open a private window. Okay, I'm searching on Google for qtproject.org, so I want to go to qt.io. Okay, download try. I only want to use Qt under open source licensing. This is the place where we get started. Download the Qt online installer. Linux 64-bit, correct. Let's create a directory. Work. Okay, the file has finished downloading. Let's open Crusader. Let's go there. This file is an executable AMD64 x86 64 e0f. So we can run it by making it executable, for instance, and just double clicking on it. Asks for a user and password that you want to create. So you go to the qt.io website, you go log in, you create an Qt account, and then you don't use that account on the website, but you use it on this desktop application, which is the Qt online installer. Okay, I have put my user and password. Next. I have read. I'm an individual. Next. It wants to use the ~/Qt directory with an uppercase Q. Okay. Custom installation is selected by default. Let's look at what we want to install. I want two things, a latest Qt version and the integrated development environment Qt Creator. Qt Creator is selected by default, the latest version 12.0.2. So I'll keep that. And then I want to decide between 6.0 dev, which is not released yet. I'm not using the Qt Design Studio. This is for designers, for QML design. And I cannot use 6.5.3. This is too old for KDE Plasma 6 and KDE Frameworks version 6. So I can choose between these two. Qt 6.6.2, the latest released version. It's a conservative option. Or I could be adventurous and go with 6.7.0 beta 3. And I'm going to go with 6.7.0 because it's a virtual machine. I can always uninstall Qt 6.7.0 and go back to Qt 6.6.2. Okay, select everything and then unselect all of the things that I do not use because downloading will take a while otherwise. We do not do web things. We do not do mobile phones. We do not do 3D. So web, mobile, 3D. No debug files. So execute ELF files get stripped of their debug information, and that gets stored into different files. I do not want these. When I debug a KDE application, it's enough if I have the possibility of debugging and entering with the debugger only in the KDE source code, not in the Qt source code. If I wanted to debug the Qt source code, probably I would try to compile Qt using CMake with a debug build configuration. Okay, so again, 670, disabled WebAssembly Android sources 3D, disabled 3D and debug information. Let's go next. I have read, next. Says that it's going to use 4 gigabytes of space, not a problem. The virtual machine has 250 gigabytes. I usually allocate 300 gigabytes for the hard disk of the virtual machine where I'm doing development. It's going to download 1.2 gigabytes of files. The files usually have the extension 7-zip. These are binary files, so ELF files, SO files, executables, and anything else that's needed in order to compile. So .h files, static libraries, whatever. QML files. And the binaries have been created on a very old Linux operating system, which is an ancient version of Red Hat, such that the same ELF files run on many versions of Ubuntu, Debian, Arch Linux, Fedora, Red Hat, Enterprise Linux, etc. Okay, we'll be back once it finishes downloading and installing everything. The Qt online installer has finished installing Qt and the integrated development environment Qt Creator. There's a readme. This is how Qt Creator looks like when started for the first time. Wants to take you through a graphical user interface tour. Says that I do not have enough random access memory for clang-d. Okay, we're not going to use it, but we'll have it available just in case. Next up, we're going to install kdesrc-build. So let's go there. kd.org. Hamburger menu, get involved. Development says that the supported operating systems are Arch Linux OpenSUSE Tumble with KDE Neon and Fedora KDE. I'm not using any of these. The operating system that I use is not that well supported by kdesrc-build. The operating system that I use is called Kubuntu 24.04. I have installed Qt 6.7 beta 3 because KDE Frameworks version 6 requires at least Qt 6.6. Next up, I'm going to install kdesrc-build, which is the framework that allows you to build many KDE Git repositories in the correct order, with the correct command line parameters, etc. So I'm on the Debian family. I need to run this thing. So this just installs Git, which has already been installed. Let's do what it says. Auto remove the packages that I no longer need. It's a good idea from time to time, I don't know, each week, to run the following command as super user. Become super user and run this command. apt update downloads the latest metadata about available deb packages in the remote repositories. apt upgrade updates all of the deb packages that are installed currently on the system to their newer versions. apt auto remove removes all of the deb packages that are installed on this system that are just libraries but not needed by any other deb package, no executable. This is the apt update. This is saying that it's going to upgrade some packages. Let's do that. Calamares is an installer, should not have been installed. It has updated the RAM init ramfs, which means that it's recommended that you reboot the system. Nothing to uninstall using apt auto remove. Okay. Next up says that you should configure Git, but this is if we want to write to the kdgit repositories. We do not want. We want to read from the kdgit repositories and compile them. I'm not using KDE Builder, but I'm using kdesrc-build. They have similar command lines. Generic installation instructions. What is that? I'm not sure what this thing does. I do not want to use this thing. Okay, so it says that the required Qt version is 6.6. The instructions for how to install kdesrc-build are in a bit of a flux. I see that they are not on this page anymore. And the replacement for kdesrc-build is probably going to be KDE Builder. So some instructions for KDE Builder are available. Again, we're going to install kdesrc-build, nothing else. Let's see if we can uncover some really old instructions. Something like this. So what it does in here is it sees that this is an operating system, Kubuntu 24.04, where kdesrc-build has not been run before. It has installed all of the dev packages that are needed by kdesrc-build, such as Perl modules. Then it installs all of the dev packages that are required by the KD Git repositories, but are not part of the KD Git repositories, such as libgmp from the GNU multi-precision library. So similar libraries that are not part of Qt, not part of KD, but are needed in order to build KD Git repositories. And in this case, it also installs Qt6, a really old version. So we'll have two versions of Qt6, 6.4 installed from dev packages from Kubuntu, and then in ~uppercase Q lowercase t directory, the version 6.7.0 beta 3 installed from the Qt online installer from the Qt official website, which is what we're going to use. The newer Qt is the one we're going to use. Okay, so it installs more than 1000 dev packages because the KD community has more than 400 KD Git repositories, and those require many executables to be present on the machine where you compile them, shared libraries, SO files to be available, .h include files, CMake, package config, configuration files, etc. So many dev packages are needed, and many of them are named -dev.deb. So deb packages that contain the development headers for a library. Okay, so it has finished installing deb packages. It has created this configuration file, which I'm going to copy to move to the current directory. Let's look at this configuration file called kdesrc-build rc. Let's find the instructions on how to use a Qt downloaded using the online installer, available somewhere in the history of this page. I'm going at the latest version that has been edited by me of this page, community.qt.org/development/more. Okay, so this is it. Says Qt6 installed using Qt online installer. We have downloaded the online installer, made it executable. We have run it by double clicking on it, but we can also run it by specifying the path of the file. Then in the kdesrc-build rc configuration file in the global section, we want to specify the Qt install dir, this guy. And this is ~/Qt and then the version. So ls ~/uppercase Q. ~670. So similar instructions, but the name of the directory is different. Is 6.7.0, not 6.6.0. So we make this a 7. After that, we need this line. This I'll make it debug such as that I can debug software in the integrated development environment Qt Creator. Num cores, I have 14 cores in this virtual machine. Let's make it 12. So the number of CPU threads minus 1 or 2 would be num cores for me. In a hardware machine, I can use the exact number of CPU threads, but in a virtual machine, I usually use less. Okay, the rest of the defaults are okay. I'll keep them as they are. If GPG-ME does not build, this is the workaround. Okay. So now we're in the directory where we git clone kdesrc-build. Let's see that we git cloned in here a git repository. Okay, this is the proof. This is the full history of the respective git kd git repository. The website for the GitLab project of this kd git repository is this one. invent.kd.org/sdk/kdsrc-build. Okay. Next up, we can start building software. What software? I always build software in the same order, this order. Not KD Builder. Okay, so kdesrc-build knows the KD Git repositories. There's many of them. There's 400 at least. There's an order in which you want to build the KD Git repositories. We have Qt provided from the Qt Online installer, other dependencies that are not Qt nor KD installed as their packages, but then all of the KD software will be git cloned from the KD Git repositories and build. For that, we need to build them in the correct order. The first one is ECM extra CMake modules. This is another KD Git repository that tells the dependency between KD Git repositories. If we want to build kdconfig, we run the command line /kdesrc-build kconfig. kdesrc-build looks inside the data in this KD Git repository. sysadmin repo metadata concludes that kconfig depends on just one KD Git repository extra CMake module. It git clones, CMake configures, make build, and make installs this KD Git repository, and then it git clones, CMake configures, builds, and installs the KD Git repository that we told it to, which is kconfig, this guy. Okay. Kcalc. This depends on 21 KD frameworks version 6 and other KD Git repositories, KD libraries, and non-KD Git repositories, such as in this example, Wayland. Okay, so everything seems to work okay. We have already built 8 KD Git repositories. If a KD Git repository fails to build, maybe that KD Git repository is not that really important. Maybe the dependency is already satisfied. So I'm going to run with the command line parameter -no -step -stop -on -failure. So no stop on failure. This thing. kdesrc-build. No stop on failure. And then the module name. So it's going to take a while. It's as fast as possible because the virtual machine is very fast, has 14 vCPU, CPU threads. While we are waiting for the building of the first GUI, graphical user interface application that we want to test, which is KCalc, the KD desktop calculator application, is compiling, we're going to install more development tools. I want to have Visual Studio Code. This can be installed from the Snap Store. There's VS Codium, there's Thea, but let's go with a very official Visual Studio Code. Let's see if it already supports Kubuntu or Ubuntu 24.04. Save. It's a deb package. Let's go there. Let's start the console in here. Okay, so it's a deb package. How do we install it? Become super user. Let's see if the package works. It's going to both install the application Microsoft Visual Studio Code, which is a text editor and integrated development environment, but also add another repository, remote repository with deb files provided by Microsoft, such that just running sudo apt update and then sudo apt upgrade, we will install newer versions of the deb package for Microsoft Visual Studio Code. Let's look a bit at the directory where we're working, ~kd. The directory src is just contains kd git repositories, just git clones, nothing else. Git clones and clean ones with the source code. Build happens in ~kd/build and then the name of the kd git repository. For instance, extra CMake modules, these are the intermediate files that were created by CMake, by preprocessors, by code generators, etc. And build artifacts, and then the build artifacts in the make install ninja install step are taken from here and put into ~kd/usr in the correct directory. The file structure of ~kd/usr is similar to the file structure of /usr. So there's lib for SO files and for CMake files. There's include for .h files, bin for executables, so files that have the +x chmod is executable, bitset, share for other things, icons, images, desktop files, XMLs, manual pages, documentation, translations, etc. Okay, so it built 17 kd git repositories out of 22. The final one, the 22nd, will be the kdget repository that we actually told kdesrc-build to build, which is kcalc. The rest are just dependencies. We'll be back once it finishes compiling. So compiling has finished. The command line that we have run is kdesrc-build kcalc. Since kdesrc-build is an executable but not part of the environment variable path, I need to prepend it with the relative path of /. And now we're going to try to run it. Let's see how do we do that. So meanwhile, the executable kdesrc-run has disappeared and is replaced with kdesrc-build --run. So you tell the verb run to kdesrc-build. This way, in the kd git repository kdesrc-build, there's in the top level directory, there's just one executable file, which is kdesrc-build. If you want to compile, use kdesrc-build. If you want to run, you use kdesrc-build space --run. Okay, this is how kcalc looks like. We have successfully built 23 kd git repositories. The next one would be to compile the KD framework version 6, and then Plasma integration such that the theme of kcalc is correct. This is the kcalc that's part of Kubuntu 24.04, and this is the kcalc built from source. This one uses Qt6, this one uses Qt6, but this one that I have just built doesn't use the correct theme. We can see that it has underlines under accelerators, which this one does not. The fonts are different. The main menu is a bit taller. There's no on hover effect. The scroll bars are different. The up-down buttons are different. The checkboxes are different. So this is because we did not yet build using kdesrc-build the module named Plasma -integration. So this is it. I have successfully installed kdesrc-build on Kubuntu 24.04 and I have built software using it. I have also installed Qt6.7 from using the Qt Online installer and also the integrated development environments, Visual Studio Code and Qt Creator. Thank you.